Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 6th grade concept of area and volume. This is standard 6.8D in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 19 of the Redesign Practice Online STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have this right rectangular prism. It is shown in inches, and we are simply looking for the volume. Looks pretty straightforward. We've been working on volume since 5th grade. So for us, let's go ahead and just hit that references button to see what tools we have taking this online STAAR test. And you notice our volume, rectangular prism, about halfway down the page, and it says volume equals BH. All right, so we need to keep that in mind for our rectangular prism. Volume equals BH. Let's open up our graph draw feature. And let's just discuss, because there is a slight difference here. So I'm going to scroll this down so we can see. So in 5th grade, this is what we learned, right? Volume equals length times width times height. Now in 6th grade, we learned a slightly different formula here. Volume equals, and they make it lower case right there, BH. Now, here's why we're going to use this 6th grade equation. It's a little bit simpler, but there's something implied in here. So when we're looking at the B, right, the base, so let me shade this in with this green right here. So when we're looking at the base, so base is going to be, it means is the area of the base, whatever the base is. So in this case, our base is a rectangle. How do you find the area of a rectangle? So that means it's length times width. So instead of just writing length times width, they write B, which in this case, since we're dealing with a right rectangular prism, means length times width. So it's the same thing. It's just one letter shorter. That B includes length times width, and that's going to be helpful because as you get older, you're going to start working with the volume of cylinders, and it's going to be the same equation, base times height, because the cylinder has a base of a circle rather than a rectangle, and it's a different area. So we've got 6.5 times 4 times 10. That's it. That's what we're dealing with here. So 6.5 times 10 times 4. You know what? Let's just go ahead and let's do those together. That's 40. So we're going to do 6.5 times 40. So that's pretty simple. And you notice 40 is one of your options. So in case you just found the area of the base, right? So volume equals 40 times the height, because that's what that B is right there. That base was 4 times 10, 40. And then my height is 6.5. All right, so that's not super difficult. Let's just do 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. When we multiply 2 digits by 2 digits, we're really ignoring that decimal. I don't need to line up the decimal because it's multiplication. If it's addition or subtraction, you definitely need to. In this case, we're just going to ignore it. We'll deal with it at the end. So this first row is literally just zeros, because 0 times 5, 0 times 6. Now the second row, 5 times 4 is 20. And then I've got 24 and the 2, 26. Okay. So it looks like I've got 2600, which should make me a little bit nervous because I don't see that as an option. But then we got to go back and remember, okay, decimals. How many digits are behind the decimal in our factors? Just one. So I need 1 digit behind the decimal in our product. So it's now 260.0. So there we go. There's our D. It's going to be 260. Now some of these other ones, 160, 28. I'm not quite sure where they're getting some of those. That would just be incorrect multiplication, or maybe even just addition. Either way, our answer here is D, 260.